Greetings, friends. Let's talk about kids. Welcome to a new video. Today we're looking at something important for all parents, how we talk to our little ones. I know that sometimes it's hard to understand our children, especially when they are little and just learning to express their feelings and thoughts. But communication is very important so we can understand each other well and so they can grow up happy. So here are a few ideas to help you talk to your child more easily. Stay with me until the end. I have a bunch of tips for you. Listen closely. It's the secret to great communication. The first and most important thing is to listen carefully. And I don't just mean looking at your child while they're talking. I mean giving them your full attention, looking them in the eye, asking questions, and showing them that you're interested in what they have to say. How do you feel when you're talking to someone who's looking at their phone or seems like they're not paying attention? Not great, right? Well, kids feel the same way. So, next time your little one comes to tell you something, stop what you're doing, get down to their level, look them in the eye, and listen carefully. You'll see that they'll feel much more important and loved. Speak positively. Magic words that change everything. The second idea is to speak positively. We all know that words have power, but did you know that, especially for children, kind words can work wonders? Instead of telling your child, "Stop running around the house," try saying, "Let's not run in the house, please. This is our place to relax. We can play outside or in your room where we have more space." You'll see that a calm tone and a kind word will have a much better effect than scolding. Tell them what to do, not what they did wrong, how to help them grow without criticism. Another idea is to tell them what to do, not what they did wrong. Criticism can make a child feel discouraged and lose confidence. Instead, if you tell them what to do next time, they will focus on that. Instead of saying, "You are messy," you can say, "I would like to see you put your toys away after you finish playing." That way, your room will always be clean and tidy. You will see that by offering concrete suggestions and encouraging them, you will help them learn from their mistakes and become a better person. Quality time, the most beautiful investment. I'm sure you know very well how important it is to spend quality time together. It's true that we are busy, we have jobs, responsibilities, but time spent with our child is the most important thing we can do. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. You can play a game together, read a story, cook something delicious, or just chat. The important thing is to be present, to disconnect from phones, tablets, and to give each other your full attention. Show them how it's done. Be the change you want to see in your child. Another idea is to show them how it's done. Children learn best by imitating us. So if we want them to communicate nicely, we need to show them how. Pay attention to your body language, your tone of voice, the way you express your emotions. Remember that little ones are like sponges. They absorb everything they see and hear around them. Ask questions they can really answer. The key to a real conversation. It's super important to ask questions that can't just be answered with a yes or no. Instead of asking, "Did you like school?" you can ask, "What did you like most about school today?" Or, "What made you smile at school today?" You'll see that, by asking questions that allow them to give details, you'll encourage your child to express themselves more freely, and you'll learn a lot more about them. Show him that you understand, even when he's upset about things that seem simple to you. Even though some of our children's problems seem small to us as adults, they are very real and important to them. So when your child comes to you upset or frustrated, don't say, "You have nothing to cry about," or "You're a big kid, stop acting like a baby." Instead, listen patiently. Tell them, "I understand that you're upset, sad, frustrated," and be there for them. Clear communication rules. Set healthy boundaries together. Even if it seems tough, set clear communication rules. Just like in any relationship, it's important to have boundaries in your relationship with your child. Set some ground rules together, such as, we listen to each other. We don't interrupt when someone is talking. We speak kindly to each other. These rules will help to avoid arguments and create a calmer atmosphere. Humor, the best therapy. Your child will really appreciate it if you use humor when you talk to them. They say laughter is the best medicine, and it's so true. Don't be afraid to make jokes, be silly, and laugh together with your child. Humor makes us feel good, reduces tension, and makes communication much more enjoyable. Just make sure your jokes are right for your child's age and that you don't upset them or make them feel bad. Patience, the secret ingredient for successful communication. Another quality that every parent should have is patience. To talk to your child and have them understand takes time, effort, and a lot of patience. There will be times when you'll feel like you're talking to a brick wall, that they don't understand you or don't want to listen. But don't be discouraged. Keep applying the tips you've learned today. Be consistent, and you'll see that in time, you'll have a beautiful relationship with your child based on communication and trust. Now let's talk a bit about nonverbal communication, a super important element in any relationship. You know very well that sometimes words are not enough, right? A smile, a warm look, a hug. These all say more than 1,000 words. Think about the times when your child was sad and just needed a hug or a smile from you. It meant the world, didn't it? So pay attention to the messages you send through gestures, facial expressions, even through silence. All of these can strengthen or, on the contrary, weaken the words you say. Make time for nonverbal communication, just like you do with verbal communication. You will see how your relationship with your child becomes stronger and more sincere. Remember, communication is the key to a harmonious and happy relationship with your child. Have you ever heard of active listening? Active listening is like a superpower that anyone can learn. It's like giving your child a special gift, showing them that you're really there for them and interested in what they have to say. How do we do it? It's easy. We put our phones away. I know it's hard. We look into our child's eyes and we give them our full attention. We don't just hear what they're saying, we try to understand how they're feeling too. Let's imagine they're telling us about their day at school. Instead of just saying uh-huh or mm-hmm, we try to repeat back what our child is telling us. For example, if they say they had a tough day because they couldn't finish a project, we can say, "It sounds like that really stressed you out. Do you want to tell me more about it?" Pay attention to how they're moving, how their voice sounds. Sometimes kids won't tell us directly what's bothering them, but we can figure it out from how they're acting. Questions like, "What happened?" or "How did that make you feel?" can encourage them to open up. The most important thing is to let them know that their feelings are valid. Even if it seems like a small problem to us, it might feel huge to them. Tell your child you understand how they feel, that you're there for them, ready to listen and help. This way, you're creating a safe space where your child feels free to share their thoughts and feelings. Active listening is an investment in your relationship with your child. With patience and understanding, you'll build a strong bond full of trust. There's also learning through play. What if you played a little game with your child called stepping into each other's shoes? Why? Because empathy, which means understanding and feeling what others feel, is super important when we talk to our kids. You've already heard the tips about active listening, but what do we do after we listen? Well, this is where empathy comes in. Imagine you are in your child's shoes. How does he see the world? How does he feel? For example, let's say your little one is sad because his best friend moved away. Tell him, "I understand that you're sad. It's hard when your best friend moves away. It would be really hard for me too." Then it's important to acknowledge their emotions. "I see that you're upset. It's perfectly normal to feel this way." This way we show him that we understand him and that he's not alone in his sadness. Another trick is to reflect their feelings back to them. If he tells us that he's angry, that he didn't get what he wanted, we can tell him, "I understand that you're angry. Do you want to talk about it? Let's see what we can do." This way, not only do we show him that we understand him, but we also open the way for a more serious discussion. And don't forget, empathy is not just about words, it's also about being there for the child. A warm hug or a gesture of tenderness can work wonders. Empathy is like a magic key that opens the door to honest communication and a wonderful relationship with your child. Try these tricks, and you will create an environment full of trust and love, where your child will feel understood and loved. And now, communication routine. Let's talk about how important routine is in communicating with kids. Routine makes children feel safe and gives them a perfect space to open up and talk to us. First step, choose a set time each day to talk. It could be in the evening, at bedtime, or during dinner. The important thing is to have a consistent time, which children can connect with open and honest conversations. Then think about small rituals to make these moments special. Maybe you read a story together, play a board game, or ask each other funny questions. This way, you not only encourage them to communicate, but you also strengthen the bond between you. The key is to be consistent. Even on super busy days, try to keep these moments of connection. Children will feel safer and more willing to talk to you when they know they have a special time dedicated to them. A well-established communication routine not only opens the door to dialogue, but also builds a relationship based on trust and respect. Thanks for watching. How to improve your communication skills. Let's see how we can polish our communication skills to enjoy better relationships with our little ones. The first step, active listening. This means really focusing on what our child is telling us without thinking about what we want to say back. This shows them that we care about what they have to say. Next, let's use open-ended questions. Instead of "Did you have a good day?" we can ask, "What did you enjoy most today?" This way, we encourage them to tell us more, to share details about their day. The third ingredient, empathy. Let's try to understand the emotions the child is experiencing and acknowledge them. For example, "I understand you're upset that you couldn't go to the park. I would be sad too." Last but not least, let's be role models for communication. Children learn best through observation. Let's show them how to express our feelings and thoughts in a calm and respectful manner. All these can make a huge difference in the relationship with our children, creating an environment full of trust and openness. Do you know how important communication is for children's emotional development? Let's explore this side together. Good communication not only strengthens the bond between us, parents, and our children, but it also helps the little ones develop their emotional intelligence. Let's see how. When we talk openly with children and show them that we understand their emotions, they learn to identify and manage their own feelings. It's important to give them a safe space to express their joys, fears, and frustrations. Communication also teaches children to empathize, which means understanding how others feel. When we talk to them about our emotions and why we feel that way, we set an example of how to be open and express our feelings. And there's more. Communication helps children resolve conflicts in a healthy way. We teach them that it's normal to have disagreements sometimes, and that we can find peaceful solutions to any problem. So, dear friends, communication is essential for harmonious emotional development. With its help, we can raise balanced and happy children. Remember, every word counts. How do you encourage your child to communicate? It's important to discover together how to encourage our children to talk openly with us. You know how important communication is, right? It helps us build a relationship based on trust with our little ones and be there for them on their journey of emotional development. Let's see how we can do this. The first and most important step is to be good listeners. Show your children that you're really interested in what they have to say. Listen to them carefully without interrupting. Look them in the eye and give them your full attention. This will give them the confidence to open up and express their thoughts and emotions. The second step is to create a safe space where there is no judgment. Assure your little ones that no matter what they want to tell you, they won't be criticized or punished. Encourage them to talk about anything that's on their mind, whether it's joys, fears, or frustrations. Then, don't forget the power of open-ended questions. Instead of asking questions that can only be answered with yes or no, try to ask questions that encourage conversation. For example, instead of asking, "Did you like school today?" you can say, "What did you like most about school today?" This way, you'll give them the chance to express themselves more. And finally, don't forget to be an example for your little ones. Talk to them about your day, how you feel, what makes you happy or worries you. Show them that you're also willing to communicate openly and honestly. Thank you for being here with me. Remember, communication is a two-way street. Every word we say matters, and every conversation can make a difference in our children's lives. See you soon.